Lesson 6.2 is solving systems of equations with elimination, which is a second method to figure out where two lines cross. So what we want to try to do is make a big addition problem. You know, back in elementary school when you had like 2 plus 3 equals 5. Set up like that. Yeah, I know you wish you were back to that kind of math. That's what we're doing. So if I took 5, and you could say plus negative 10, or I just think 5 minus 10, that would be negative 5x. Positive 3 minus 3, that cancels. That's the whole name of it, is elimination. You want something to eliminate. I bring down my equal sign. Negative 16, and then since this is positive 11, I'm adding it. Negative 16 plus 11 would be negative 5. Then all I'd have to do to solve this equation is divide by negative 5. That means x equals 1. That is already 1/2 of my final answer because I'm trying to figure out the point where two lines cross. And I found the x value of that. So now to find the y, you need to pick one of the equations, plug that x into it, and solve for y. I'm going to pick the top one. It looks easier to me. So I'd have 5 times 1 plus 3y equals negative 16. That's 5. Subtract 5. That's negative 21. 3y, divide by 3. So y must be negative 7. So that's where my lines meet. Okay, number 2, I noticed that I'm not going to have something cancel out. Because to make something cancel, I have to have a positive and a negative of the same number. So then my next step is, do I have two of the same numbers? Yeah, my x's. One's a negative, or they're both negative. If one were a positive, then negative 2 plus 2 would eliminate. So what I need to do is take one of these equations, and I'm going to have to multiply by a number or something all the way through it. So let's just take the top one. I have to multiply every single term by the same number so that I'm not changing what this represents. Because it really equals something. It's a line. So if I take the whole thing times negative 1, that will change that sign. So it'd be negative times negative is now positive 2x. Negative times positive is now negative 9y. Negative times negative is now positive 41. So it just changed all of these signs. I'm going to bring the second one down. Always like them lined up nice and neat. 2x minus 2x eliminates. Negative 9 minus 5 more would be negative 14y. 41, and then a positive 1 would make 42. Divide by negative 14. So y would equal negative 3. Okay, that's half my answer. Make sure you're putting it in the right spot. This is y, right? Because x comma y. So we need to put it in the second number. Then you need to pick one of the equations to plug that into. I like the bottom one because it's less smaller numbers. It'd be negative 2 times x minus 5 times negative 3 equals 1. When I multiply, I use this minus sign to make that a negative 5. Negative 5 times negative 3 is positive 15. I no longer need that minus sign because I used it in the multiplication. Okay, then I'm solving. Subtract 15. Negative 15 and positive 1 would make negative 14. Divide by negative 2. Why are they liking 7s? That would be positive 7 would be my answer. Number 3. I don't see anything that will eliminate, and I don't see the same number. So then my next option is multiplying by a number to make the numbers match. And then one number is going to have to be positive, one's going to be negative. I'm hoping you see the 4 and the 8 would be the easiest. All I have to do is take the 4 times 2 to make it also be 8. But I want it to be the opposite, so I'm going to have to make it negative 8. Negative 2 times 4x is negative 8x. Negative 2 times 5y is negative 10y. Negative 2 times 13 is negative 26. Bring down the other equation. Cancels. Negative 10 plus 7 is negative 3y. That would be negative 15. Divide by negative 3. Y is 5. Okay, I'm going to let you pick one of the equations to plug it back into. Let's see if we get the same answer. I picked the top equation, plugged it in for y, and I ended up getting x to be negative 3. Alright, and then number 4. If I want my x's to cancel, you're trying to think of a least common multiple, meaning if I counted by 2's and I counted by 3's, what would be the first number I get to for both of them? And that would be 6. That would not be hard to multiply to make those 6's. 2 and 5, I could make those both a 10. So you have options here. I'm probably going to make the x's be 6. So I'm going to have to take the 3x times a 2 and the 2x times a 3. One of them is going to have to be negative. It doesn't matter which one you pick. So I distribute that. That would be negative 6x. Negative times negative is positive 4y. Negative 2 times 2 is negative 4. 3 times 2x is positive 6x. 3 times negative 5 is negative 15y. And 3 times 27, I don't know, is 81. My negative 6 plus 6 cancels. 4 minus 15 is negative 11. 81 minus 4 is 77. Divide by negative 11, and I don't think you should get any fractions on these, so that helps you check too. That'd be negative 7, and that's my y. Okay, when I go to pick which equation to plug it into, I definitely pick one of the originals because I might have made a mistake or something, but pick one of the original problems to plug it back into. I picked the top one and I got x to be negative 4.